Hey everybody, welcome back to the 509. Today I'm going to be doing a short video on this jump shear, also known as a stomp shear. Okay, so first off, please excuse the mess. There's metal everywhere. But, you know, we cut a lot of metal and we got a lot of drop pieces and we save them because we can always make something else into them. But now, I didn't buy this brand new. I bought it off of Craigslist, Marketplace, something a long time ago. And it was a good price. It was used, and the guy even delivered it for me for free. So that was great. So it's not a new one, but the newer ones still have all the same features, except for the ones that are, I think they're hydraulic, or they're electric. So you just hit a button and it automatically shears for you, which is great. But this one is manual. It's got the lever here. And what you do is, this is the stop fence right here, and you just adjust your measurements on both sides to where you want to cut, and then you just actuate this arm here. And we put a bunch of padding on it because a lot of times we use our knee like this, and it's so much easier than hitting on this diamond plate. But you can also use your hand or whatever, or just jump on it, you know, if you got something bigger or heavier. But yeah, you slide the metal in here, and I'll show you real quick how it's done. All right, so for the first thing you want to do is you want to go, excuse me, and get in here and you slide this back and forth like this, and then you can set it on whatever measurement you want. Let's try a little bit smaller than that. Let's go for about 5 inches. So it's got this one lock here where you can lock the, let's see here, you can lock the whole mechanism for the most part, but on this here, you can fine tune it if you have to adjust it back or forth one way or the other. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I can show you on a closer up video. You can fine tune it there, you get it close here, and then you can tighten it here. We'll do the same thing for this here on this side. So we'll get it to close to 5 inches. Oops. Arrows. Okay, so now we got it at 5 inches, and then we'll get us a piece of metal and cut it. All right, so here's a little bit of a closer up of what I was talking about. So you can just make sure you have threads on both sides here, you know, because you can bottom them out one way and then you don't have any adjustment left. But all you would have to do here is, and this is mainly needed, I believe, for, and this is what I mainly use it for, is when you set it up and you cut something and you measure it and it's off a little bit, then you just go ahead and loosen this forward knob here, and then you can just add or subtract whatever you need. But you can see how this arrow will move as you can see where I'm moving it here. Then you can back it back up. And then stop it right on 5 there. And then tighten this, oops. Stop it on 5 and go ahead and tighten this one up. And then let's get a small piece of metal and give it a shot. So I've got a small piece of metal here. It's a little piece of white 032 aluminum. And I'll see if I can get the thicknesses of metal that this machine or this equipment can handle. So if you can see there, you just slide the metal in until it hits the stop right there, and then you just chop it off. And then what I usually do is I'll just do a test cut at first, and then we'll measure it and see where we're at. And see, it's a little bit too long, so we got to back it up about 1/16 of an inch. So we'll do that on our setting gauge thing over here. So we'll loosen this, and then we'll back this up just a little bit to about right there. Tighten this back up, and then we'll give it another shot. There. Check this one out. And that's right on. So a couple of things to keep in mind. You just have to lubricate the moving parts every once in a while because they do get sticky. Let's see here. Oops. Shoot some grease down there. And then you can lube these spring pivots, you know, like right here. And then there's the levers and stuff down there, and then on the other side as well. And then on these bars here, you don't want to put too much grease or oil on these. You can put a little WD and wipe off the rust with it. Maybe get you like a Scotch-Brite pad. That's what I do to keep the rust down, because once it starts, if it starts to build up, then these things are hard to slide on there. So just a couple of things to watch out for. One of the main things we always used to use this shear for before we got that other shear, and there's a video on my channel for that. It's a pneumatic shear. But anyways, excuse me, we used to use this shear all the time to make these downspout bands. The majority of our business here is seamless gutters, and we use these to fasten our downspouts to the wall. But we make them 15 inches wide out of the 15-inch or 15-inch 6-inch gutter coil, and make them an inch and a half wide. So 15 by inch and a half is what we use, and I'll show you real quick just how we use this machine to make them. First off, you want to get your metal and make sure you've got a square edge. See how this one, I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. You can see where it's been cut off with snips. So it's not square, but so we'll put this here. See if you can see right there. You can see down in here where we'll square this up. See how it's crooked right there? It's on the line, or it's on the blade down here, and it's off about almost a 1/4 inch over here. So you just slide it in just a fuzz and just chop it off. Chop it off, now it's square. So basically from there, we'll just go ahead and slide it in. And just crank them out. So the last thing I was going to show you was if you have to cut any weird shapes or designs, which you have to sometimes, you know, when you make conductor boxes or just anything, you know, sometimes you come into some strange shapes. So anyways, I just took the liberty of drawing a few random lines on here with a straight edge, and you can see down in here where I'll slide the metal in and line it up, and you could just cut these out real quick. So really simple, you just got to eyeball it, look straight down the blade. And I'm going to leave the line here so you could see. We'll cut that. Oops. That fence is too close for me to slide that in far enough. That's good there. And then one more. And there you have it. So I left the lines on there all the way around so you could see where I had marked it. But yeah, sometimes you gotta cut some strange stuff. So if you ever have to cut a lot of stuff, this thing is insane. It's incredible. It's really awesome. All you gotta do is just chop them in there, and they come out like a deck of cards. You know, look at all these bands that I just cut. And the edge, they're just all the same. Look at that. Just perfect every time. Oh, last thing I forgot to mention, usually it's got a spot for a second rail. We took that rail off because it was just in the way for us. If you're doing long pieces of metal, you know, the arms work great, but we don't usually do that. And when we do, we just set up a plastic table right here and lay the metal this way, long ways, and just slide it in, and it works great. But this thing was just getting in our way too much. This one is on the verge of getting taken down because we don't use that one that much either. It's kind of like a bumping hazard. Almost hit my head earlier picking up a piece of metal. So if this video helped you out, please make sure to drop us a like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notifications. Be sure and check out the description real quick. There's some links to the newer models of this, different brands, and you can get one there. Now, they are Amazon links. I am an Amazon affiliate, so I'm eligible to get a small commission of whatever you might purchase. So that would help me out, help this channel out, and I would greatly appreciate it. So So until next time, we'll see you back here at the 509. Y'all take care.